Hello everybody, I'm a Simple Gamer and welcome back to more Genshin Impact. Today, gonna do, maybe, the final quest on Hisi Island. Where I do believe it only unlocks after you do at the very least 3 other ones. It might be 4, but I think it is 3. Since there were only like the 3 quests on Hisi Island involving like the flying rocks that came in, I think, gathered over here. And then, I don't know, formed up the sanctum or something to like fully repair it. But anyway, since I do have all that, it's time to start the Echoes of an Unfinished Past. Run into Vernatska, self-proclaimed priestess. Apparently she does have a name now. You know, she also is like mostly question mark. But yeah, there's Verna. I just gotta find, oh, right here. Never mind. I thought it was the one from the past, but I'm pretty sure her name was not Verna. Okay, short white hair, question mark, nice to see you again. Met before, not that familiar to Paimon, unless that was like her younger self. Met long ago, recognized by name. It's you back then, yeah, who are you exactly? Some scam. Paimon's usually pretty good at recognizing people. Miss Priestess gets its fare. Did not take off the helmet. Oh, okay, it's her. From the Green Island. The one who's said that she was a priestess, but then accuses the other one of not being a priestess. The one in the mirror. Actually a priestess, yes, that's what she said. And despite all the gags, I had a feeling that that was the case. Weird way to say hello, reliable. I think she's a little bit taller actually. Since, I don't know, during like the Green Island quest, I thought she was like a little bit shorter than Traveler. But that could just be me remembering wrong. Okay, ran into them here. Just passing through. Well, it's made for a quest, but why else would the Traveler be here? Fate. And then forgets the rest of our lines like usual. Okay, forget all about that. The imposter. Waiting to record the first edict or something like that. We're back to record the first edict. More legit. Oh, now that I think about it, I think that the little kid from like the other quest closer to the Frostmoon Silent place might have been also, well, the priestess. Just a little bit younger? I'm actually not sure about that. Second guessing reality, don't sweat the details. Flawless, super ultra reliable plan. So why does she actually want to catch the imposter? And that auto went forward. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Usually doesn't happen, but I'm totally fine with it since it's not that fast. Break the seal on the forehead to go in. Nope. She'll show up and that's when we'll catch her. I don't think Verna's thing is correct, but just gotta roll with it. Top-notch detectives from Papa Wrench's books. Sounds crazier. No one could unseal it for centuries, but it's a Traveler. It's definitely gonna happen this time. Super reliable tag team. Since it was sealed by Kuvaki, disrupted the same way. And found another big rock. Okay. Sorry. It's like a big rock because collected all smaller pieces and made it big. Extract Evelina and then, well, I guess she went somewhere else and then she like brought this thing in. Fatal. Yeah, messing up the stuff here is probably pretty bad. Since Thunderclap Reef is like all the way out there, but this is like pretty close to the Columbian statue and the Frostmoon Scion village. This time she'll be in full control of Kuvaki. I kinda doubt that. Yeah, I just gotta hope that it all turns out well. Miracle of science. That's not really science though. Well, no, I guess since they just succeeded the first time, chances are there's a good chance that we'll succeed the second time around. At least they have data based on that. Okay, throw the fragment to open the Steel Sanctum fragments. There's more than 2 again. Throw it where? I guess I'm just supposed to go up there? But it's pointing down here though. I'm really not. Oh. Yeah, so it's over here. For this one, the last. Well, presumably the last piece. I'm pretty sure this is like the last quest. So that should be all of them. Wait, how did we know where to throw it? And how did we know that it would actually unseal the way? I guess Verna saw like the piece over there and then went. That should be the same thing. Alright, power science. You almost have power and fool, nothing of science, just Charlie tossing the fragments up there. Charlie believes in science apparently. He probably does. Since the Kutar has a path, how the rest could go, doesn't matter, just gotta get up there. Moon Lane has appeared. Good chance this path doesn't lead to destination somewhere higher up. And then, well, it's fine either way. Since I still gotta check it out. I don't know about the super reliable priestess, but definitely a adventurer. But Pavel's also an adventurer too. Anyways, before the others show up, just gotta go onward and upward. Can I talk to her? Nope, she's gone. Okay, time to go up. Follow the moon lane, but of course there was the path over here in order to get up here if you have not unlocked the quest yet. This is the hole with the stuff. And we're going all the way up. I'm still not quite sure what the Tukuvakis by the cliff area down there is about. And yeah, I don't have another quest after this, so I do hope this quest is a little bit longer. Or else this is going to be a really short part. Does not look like Sanctum. This actually looks pretty menacing. Kind of seems like meteorites like falling from the sky to the earth. Yeah, what is this stuff, I wonder? Since I do see a traveler like in the middle right there, even though it might be a little bit hard to see. That's not important. Resembles moon lanes. Follow the path. Maybe not leave all of it to the will of the moon. Gotta make sure that the survival instincts kick in when they need to. Sounded very priestess. Yeah, that is actually just a fancy way of saying I don't know what to do. Pretty. Priestess ending less super priestessy? No idea what that means. Gotta have faith in Moon Maiden as much as power science, even though she was touting science before. Sure. I guess we just follow the moon lanes. Unlock the mechanism seal. We got like the middle part. Do have the red one following us. This looks like a circle, but I guess all we can do is just yeah, see what I can do and see what I can interact with. So I got the one over there. And then got a second path. I'm trying to read while also paying attention to the thing, but that's a little bit hard. Dragon Lord of Flame parameters. I don't know what that's referring to. So I'm guessing it's this one? That one's next. Authorization granted, defense systems deactivated. Manually lifts the seal. Do I gotta actually touch them, I wonder? Oh, a third lane. Yeah, it definitely did not look like this when I went to the mill area last time. But I guess with all the rocks in their place, it unlocked this place or something. I just gotta see where the last thing is. You know, it's not really popping up. Unless if I'm not supposed to be up over here. I really don't know. Oh, other path on the very outside. And then coming up here. This one? So we're falling that one down, I guess. Seal lifted. Zukoto. Why is there a Natlan reference in... Huh. Yeah, Nocry, I wonder. What the Dragon Lord powers here. Nah, not gonna say anything about it. Sure, it's a good idea to open the place seal for centuries, probably not, but that has not stopped the Traveler empowerment before. With all the monsters that they've either fought. No, that's definitely not the most trustworthy priestess since there's Lama. Okay, and roof. Suspicious intruders. Which the Traveler is not. Verna, yes, but not the Traveler. Did they not see... Well... I guess it was just like the seal deactivated. It's not like anything changed outside, I guess. Gonna tell Lama about it? Got a death wish. Somehow Columbina herself. Kinda close with how friendly the Traveler is with her. Actually, nothing to worry about. Just set a trap, wait for the imposter, and not get caught. Nope, she's sorry. And there goes all her confidence. Traveler help, yep, no turn back now, gotta see what's inside. And then, yeah, just try to evade them for as long as possible. I'll say sorry to everyone dragged in this, which she should. Since she doesn't have, like, the biggest plans. Okay, so I guess that's, like, the first part done with the 3 chests. If I didn't have 100% Hisi Island, I definitely have the 100% Hisi Island, like, right now. Okay, but this is definitely different. So this is the base of the giant pillar. Way inside, and this is her domain. Kind of? Like the thing didn't pop up. Something feels off. Not sacred, smells funny. Maybe it smells like dragons or something. I don't know. Rusted metal. Smell. Him. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, I definitely did not remember her name, but I do believe it is Lady Isla. The one that Ferna calls the imposter. Sacred means less sacred. Don't get hung up. A verdant crest. The sacred tree that witnessed the birth of the Kutar. So Columbina, well, supposedly was like born here. And then this was sealed for a long time, so a lot of people could not visit this place. White Spring, blessed by head priestess, although all that time ago. Fairly reliable. Never seen these sacred relics. Okay, yeah, never seen them before. So lucky. Yeah, I have a feeling that this place might be sealed off afterwards as well. After we're done here. Yeah, apologize to everyone after you get out. Standing feels like a waste. Quick walk around. Something's definitely gonna happen, as it should. Investigate the court of first edict. So there's a viewpoint. Okay, never mind. So this place is not gonna collapse since there's gonna be a viewpoint. But before I investigate that, I do gotta go grab my stuff. So this thing right here, viewpoint. Lies of the Faithless. Who are the Faithless and what lies do they say? Okay, and then leave. I do wonder why it's golden. I guess it is to show you that you can leave if you want to. You know, you could just teleport out. Yeah, hopefully we can get that some other way. The Lunaculus all the way up there. Okay, since I can't get that yet, it's time to investigate. See what Verna says. Something beneath the water. Sword. Ah, it's a mirror. The ritual sword, forged from Hyperborean moonlight. I think I'm supposed to know that word, but I don't recognize it. Cool hanky. Hopefully it leads me to the Lunaculus, it should. So where's it going? Up. Follow the moon lane. Investigate the court of first edict still. There's a path. Okay, I see it. But I just want to make sure that there's nothing else here. Okay, I did not see anything in that corner. This goes all the way up here. Before I reach there, of course, I am going to drop down and grab this and then go back on the moon lane. Since it's very convenient to go back on. And then just go back up here and we're good. Verna's already up. Actually, no, that's not Verna. Isla. Okay, has a name, Isla. You're here. Get the altar dirty. Well. Now, totally talking to Reed Miller. The one who opened the seal first? Yep, something's off. Okay, treasure chests are still here apparently. But I'm actually a little bit more interested in Reed Miller. Residual image left behind by the blessing. Left inside the court. And also could also interact with the mirrors on the outside too. The first moon chanter herself, Lady Isla. Yeah, doesn't sound very scientific. Ms. Verna, who keeps calling her imposter before. Not surprising for her power to be potent. Unscientifically. Duh, Lady Isla imposter. Can't hear, yep. No, I'm not gonna say they're legit, but hard to understand her since she's actually not talking to them. Is it really just a lingering image? I think it is. Unknown voice. From behind. Got recorded with the image. Not precise enough to capture just one person's voice. Strong enough to capture some other people's as well. That woman who shares bloodline. Low brow tricks. Blessing that records awareness. Brave boy over there can hear our words. Well, no. It could be more than that, or it could just be that she can see the future. So even though she cannot hear, she can like anticipate the questions they have. So just gonna like say what she said before. Most definitely dreaming. Recorded 500 years ago. Don't see anyone, but no, she knows with her potent powers. Tangle past lies between you and her. Who's her? I don't think it would be Columbina. Lovia. The atrocities that old trusted her. Wait, what's going on here? Leader of the Frostmoon Science 500 years ago. Blasphemy. Blasphemy, so what does she do? Not that much of a secret. Well, Verna knows that, so I guess she is fairly high up. But ordinary followers and folks do not. But Paimon seems like she has heard this, so maybe I did read about her somewhere and then I just forgot, like usual. Past is future. Lovia's blessing. So it's not just Lovia, but I also sees as a blessing too, even though she would did blasphemize. See every moment. Lovia's end thrills her. So she probably also saw Columbina doing her stuff too. Tuanatar. Lady on the underworld. Guiding her hand to sever her thread. Lovia's? Should have rejoiced. It kind of sounds like she accepted it, or unless if she didn't want to die or something. Never mind, not Reed Miller, Solovei. Role here is finished. New prophet. No longer need to enjoy the suffering imposed on her. The mad monk. Fallen friend, people of his land, he must pay. I'm really not sure what they're referring to. Shoot. Secret correspondence. So did Lovia actually blasphemize? Work with outsiders? You know, Isla got the true power, but she also got Lovia's blessing too. So Lovia did have some powers, and then some like legit powers. Solovei. Twice serpent fall. Strangled by a flash of faithless and trick away. Before the light you and I ignite together. So Solovei's not the one who's gonna be able to finish him off. Hero meant to protect Elysium. Okay, and then talking to the Traveler. Well, probably mainly the Traveler, not really Verna. Guide with the stones, just out of place. The 4 stones. Not anymore. Fell recently. Nope. Foresight. The last sword forged by Apostle of the Golden City. Okay, no bloodstains, just power. The hero of the sublunary sphere. Felled Undying Serpent. Okay, so we have not dealt with the serpent yet. You know, I thought it might be like Fontaine or something. Follow the light, find those who shared bloodline. Verna? Or... I don't think it'll be... Well, it might be Lama. Well, it might be someone else. Yeah, probably a little bit weird seeing her just talking to nothing. We can seal it. Oh wait, she wasn't the one who seals it. I thought Solovei would be the one to seal it. Hold no resentment towards Lovia. Her sins. Evil and corruption. Preparation for birth of a god. Columbia with her full powers, or just Columbia by herself? All tainted by sin. Oh, that was kind of confusing. Shoot. Palma doesn't get it. I don't get it either. Undying Serpent. Got a sword. Fight some giant snake. For now, I guess we're getting the sword. Hopefully they explain some stuff. Because that's, yeah, I need some explaining. Unable to, wait, deal Isla? Unable to stop, oh, Alia. Different name. Sacrifice, Rotwang. Pretending to be close to companion. Yeah, I do gotta read a little bit. More seriously, since I did not get that exchange at all. You are going to live a life of happiness and freedom. Arrow of Terpsichore roundness. Spell the pitch black calamity. If it is pitch black calamity, it should be the abyss. It's either the abyss or the celestial heaven thing, but I'm pretty sure it should be the abyss. Lightkeepers. So before the Lightkeepers was this group. After Lovia's passing. Okay, there's Solovei. That's Solovei's letter. We have Isla's notes. Tell a lie just like Lovia's sister. So she does have hatred in her heart, but that's fine. As long as she didn't like do anything like too evil or something. So countless threads of fate that Lovia once let her glimpse. So even though Lovia could see the future too, it sounds like she could not stop Isla's plan or whatever it was that stopped her. Despise lies does not matter anymore. Salt? No lady of salt. Okay, just trying to justify herself a little bit. The great pillar raised here by the Dragonborn. Ancestors found refuge here. So Natlan, people came here first? And then used the... Well, maybe it was like the Dragonborn who fled. Natlan came here, settled. And then used the power of the dragon for power, and then Moon Goddess. Greater chaos in Snezhnaya. Cannot foresee the coming of them. Wait, give me a sec. Okay, new Moon Goddess will be born. Dot have born the Sigurd heir. Not the man who adopted his sister. So she tried to make a Sigurd heir, but that didn't happen because Columbia came separately. Holy Throne had never truly been broken. The new moon. Power choice remains hers alone. Oh well, she did choose to like leave. Go to the Fatuan and come back after. True happiness. Cursed her name more times. Which is fine. Especially since Isla's life did sound like a struggle. Letter for Lovia. Tragic event. Sent to welcome Columbina, her great beauty. Took her own life. Well, so okay, maybe not Columbina, but like unless it is actually Columbina and she's just lying. Yeah, it could be just be lying, or unless this is the other sacred heir that wasn't actually an heir, or just straight up killed her. Uncover the secrets that lie within the relic. So Elysium is like a place, a paradise. The sacred relic. The sword? Could be something else. But yeah, the rest is basically some embellishment. Ever steadfast friend ally Rotwang. Never mind, it's not for Isla, it's for Rotwang. That also had to be dealt with. Okay. I was supposed to get the music now, but okay. Ancient volume. Governed by reason, decree approved by Lovia. Arch priestess since the fall of Hyperborea, so when the moons fell. And part 2. Recite the ancient prayers. Okay, a lot of sins here. No marriage from an outlander. Kept pure. Offerings to a sample mill. Secret treasure fortune by Apostle of the Golden City. So sample mill is the... Well, it might not be the sword, but it is a secret treasure. The curse. So warning. You know it might not be true. Arrow of Typical roundness. A relic. Bow and arrow. They did talk about the typical roundness before. But it was just like one line, so I do believe this is probably a little bit less important than the sword. Now it's the thick stack of papers. Mechanicos, Technicos, I do believe they're from Natlan. Hexathrosa, all the names? What? Newly acquired title. Never behold the Frostmoon's radiant light. Lights of the far north have been extinguished, countless generations, condemned to cower in darkest night. So when they first got to Knockout, it was a pretty bad place to live. Can no longer be mired in superstition and barbarism, which is why they, well, these notes covet reason so much. Bloodline selection and purification. Vinda of Hitamrosa. Too much stuff here. Protocol. Next priority, minimize risk of disease. Now this last part, I do believe is not too important. It's a pretty advanced mechanic host construct. So building something. Subatomic assembling mass energy patterning orb. Sample mill. So it should not be the sword, but it's a changing machine? Proper activation possible. Device shall be sealed. Okay, the Protocol X, the arrow of typical Noguris. Never mind, this is actually kind of important. Low tier mechanicals device, solidified realm energy, semi-crystalline polymeric form. Spiral acceleration and launched. This might be the red and blue energy in the what was that? The path of nothingness? That thing for that quest. Yeah, that's a lot of info. I don't know. I need someone to explain this. Wikipedia. Okay. According to teaching. Oh, is it the same thing? I think it's the same thing. So somehow I interact with that one instead of the one up top. Tattered volume. Fairy tale, kind heart girl, friends with pigeon. Travel and torn elk pages. Cadet's grad publishing house. I am gonna assume that's in Snezhnaya somewhere. This probably revealed a lot. It's a little bit too bad that I'm probably a little bit too dumb to actually piece it all together. But anyways, it's time to come back down, which I could have grabbed the Lunaculus on the way, but it's fine. Hopefully Travel with legs are also fine. Yep, nothing. Gotta investigate the whole place. The others might find the entrance too, that's fine. It's totally fine that they do find the entrance. It's not like it's just their place. Everyone drawn this way, which is also okay, especially since this is a sacred site. Apparently we got the sword. Get out of here and figure out the rest later. So then I guess it was because of the talk with Isla that the sword just came out. Moonweaver's Dawn.
I'll keep this close.
Okay, 4-star. I guess I'll be using this depending on how hard it is to enhance it. But I guess it's now time to leave. Now it makes sense, since the goal of the quest is to leave the place, but it definitely should not have been shining beforehand. Awfully quiet. Yeah, where are they at? No, I'm pretty sure they did not check somewhere else. Maybe Alice's divine guidance, that I don't think she cares too much if they're found or not. Still owe everybody an apology. Just she does. Caught up in reading as records. Yeah, could you explain what's going on then? If you like read all that too. Think carefully about how to phrase it, but also tell them about what she learned as well. Super scientific plan, apologize, finish checking the sanctum first. Behind you. Rahatar. Well, yeah, 1 to 3 from before. Ant. It's just Verna said. No need to explain, apparently. Sealed, not for. I thought. Whoa. Okay. Sacred, but not forbidden. All part of Kuto. Nope, not Kuto. It's Isla's guidance. Vernachka. Okay, Lama wants to see her in person. Active role permission broke the rules. Traveler is, yeah, not part of that. Flaunted every major law. Okay, so she actually obeys this time. Drags her off. Now, are we gonna explain to Lama what happened? Is the question. And what's the follow-up quest to this? Slaying a giant snake? Hang on to it for now, since I don't know where to use it. Might be a future... Yeah, future quest line. But I still do have the northern part of Nokrai to still explore. With the Faturi Institute and also basically Flint's Island as well. But this is very interesting. I did get the sword. I guess I am going to take the chance to maybe upgrade it, see how it looks. You know, I think it benefits from having Nokrai characters or something. Trying to come up here, but it's not letting me. Great. But yeah. That was very mysterious. Got a lot of text, which I do wish I could explain better myself, but I've never been good at it, so at least I showed it off. So if you're actually smart enough to do it, just like pause and yeah, probably go for it from line to line, especially if you also have like the context with maybe like some of the other stuff that's happening around Nokrai. But for now, I really can't figure out what's going on there. So Lovia could see the future. She wanted to be the one who welcomed new moon goddess. But then Isla herself saw the future too, which should have deferred from what Lovia saw. And then she took matters into her own hand and then took care of Lovia. And then also did some other stuff so that Columbina can come and make her own choices here. And then if the serpent, the Undying Serpent is what I think it is, it might be like an abyss monster that attacked 500 years ago. That means Lovia made a deal with the abyss? That might also be related to how the Frostmoon, well, not the Frostmoon, but the young moon, shoot, what's the name again? But yeah, basically all of Kino's moon got corrupted. But there was that deal, after the moon fell. The abyss attack took care of that, could not kill the serpent, so it just had to seal away. And then to make sure that the future also had a way to deal with it, the serpent once and for all. Left the sword behind. Is I think what I got the gist of it. And then Nokrai people were maybe not like initially from Natlan, but they're definitely using the Natlan powers here. Power of the light and moon? Since from what I saw, it was like eternal darkness here. From what I read, but then Power of the Moon made it so that... Well, even though it was eternal darkness, you still had like moonlight, I guess. Sanctum of Oathkeeper. Yeah. Basically used some powers of the dragons to stave off the darkness long enough that they could live here. And then there's maybe day-night cycle again, and then yeah, didn't need that anymore. So there was an organization before the Oathkeepers, focused on dealing with the Abyss then as well. When that happened, yeah, needs a little bit more probably digging around. But I think that's the gist of it. So hopefully it wasn't too confusing, but it kind of makes a little sense in my mind. At the very least, enough that I think I'm okay. Saying that I did get a rough idea of what's going on. But of course, that just gotta use the internet to like confirm or look up stuff. Okay, so anyways, that was the end of that quest line. So with that, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Wait, I guess before I go, since I did finish all the stuff here, but I didn't do an exploration, and it's not too long, I guess I should grab all this stuff. Alright, 10 mechanisms, CC Island Pot, IO, Lempo, IO, explore the Sanctum, sealed off by a Frostmoon chanter, which we did. And then I'm just gonna hand in the stuff to Lauma's, yeah, this thing, the meeting point. Since I did 100% here. Alright, so that Chronicle, 6 sigils, another 6 sigils, so that's all the quests done here. And construct the last one. So it's basically like a, yeah, overhead covered. Probably the library is all built now. And
well,
okay, talk.
I think we can now say that the Grand Library is complete. Next, we'll need to find somewhere to put the bird stands, cushions, and deposit boxes. Ah, hello there, traveler, Paimon. Thanks to your help, the library repairs are basically complete. It's really starting to look the part.
What about that other stuff you just mentioned? Are you planning on putting all that in the library too?
Yes. That said, it's too big of a job for me to handle alone. I was planning on getting some of our more skilled artisans to help out. The Grand Library is open to humans and animals alike. Since we have furniture for humans to sit down on, there should naturally be some for the animals too.
Huh. Yeah, that does kind of make sense.
Those are the ones I used to use when the little animals came to talk to me about their struggles. I'd originally planned to make some new ones, but some of the animals are nostalgic for the older items, so we brought them along too.
Wait, animals tell you their struggles? Like a therapy session? Kinda sounds like a nice bathhouse for animals.
This is one of my duties as Moon Chanter. I would not call it hard work. And it's true. All living things have a need to feel heard. I have always encouraged everyone to come to me without reservation, whatever troubles they may be facing. Hiding your thoughts deep in your heart will not solve anything. In fact, it often makes the problem worse. Oh, well, I've never looked at the numbers, but my sense is that the animals consult me more often. After all, my daily routine is more or less the same as that of my people, and they don't usually come during work hours. It's only when I have free time that I get the occasional human visitor. Animals, on the other hand, lead very different routines from us. Sheik badgers tend to visit in the early morning hours, while ibises often drop by after sunrise. Finches come in flocks during the afternoon, chirping and chattering away. The rhyme-horned deer visit at dusk, mostly alone, though sometimes with one or two friends. And once night has fallen, I get the odd weasel thief burrowing into my home.
Oh, but that leaves you with no time to yourself at all.
It truly is. There was one time when a weasel thief stole some pine cones that a group of finches was hoarding. It must have been around 20 finches that flew to my bedside in the dead of night to protest the transgression. I had to ask a sniffer mole who I'd just been chatting with to invite the weasel thief over, It took a lot of work to convince it to reveal where the pine cones were. By the time all parties were satisfied and ready to leave, the sun was up. I slept in till past noon that day.
Mom would have given up and gone back to sleep long before you did. And probably pulled a blanket over her head first to block out the noise.
Since they'd taken the trouble to come to me, I felt I had a duty to help them. And the results made it all worthwhile. After getting everything off their chests, the finches went back to happily hopping around, and the weasel thief went off in search of new, exciting treasure. But humans are less forthcoming than animals. Too often, they hide their true feelings in the deepest corners of their hearts. Even those who come to me for guidance, I feel as if they tell me only part of the story, leaving out what truly burdens their soul. Perhaps they are unwilling to say it out loud, to face the real issues head on. Human society often encourages people to hide their true selves. It is not dissimilar to the way that some butterflies hide away in a withered leaf and camouflage their wings to match their environment. Social interactions between humans can be complex and difficult. Everyone has their way of coping, and I don't judge them for it. Nonetheless, suppressing one's true feelings can easily lead to melancholy and depression. Deep-seated issues like that are difficult to resolve, no matter what advice I give. So I had an idea. I thought, what if I could find a way to bring complicated human minds and straightforward animal ones together? Maybe by spending some time around each other, both could experience a new perspective. It was with that in mind that I renovated the Grand Library and turned it into what it is today. Spacious and well-ventilated, and open to humans and animals to come and go as they please. Except maybe on rainy days, when they're looking for shelter. But the rest of the time, people can visit whenever they want, to spend time with the animals, browse books, rest, and enjoy the sun. And perhaps the company of our dear animal friends, who will not be driven away by anything they say, might encourage people to open their hearts and share the truth of what lies within.
Wow, you really put a lot of thought into this library renovation. Oh, it sounds great to Paimon. Hugging fluffy animals, lounging in a chair all day without a care in the world. Just thinking about it makes Paimon feel all warm and fuzzy.
Of course. Your assistance with the renovation works was invaluable. It should go without saying that the Library of the Frostmoon Scions shall always be open to...
Oops, my bad. I accidentally hit the button there. Okay, but that's the Grand Library done. I guess now I'm talking with Ibis. Hymns of the Far North 1, so I guess that book, well, these books only come out after you build up the Empire, place at the very least 90% exploration and enough sigils to hand in order to grab it. It is a little bit disappointing that there was no reference to Verna, but it makes sense since you can probably get 90% without doing the last quest.
There. All better. Next time, if it's too heavy, don't try and lift it. Acting tough isn't going to solve anything. Now, if you injure yourself again, or if there's an emergency, you know where to find me, okay? Off you go now. Oh, actually, one moment. Take this twig. I picked it up by the roadside. It seems nice and sturdy. Of course. And do tell your friends that they're always welcome here if they need a warm place to stay. I know the weather's been quite cold lately.
And with that, I'm really done now. I was wondering where the long I don't know, history lesson about the weasel and the finches were going, but it was basically just to say that Grand Library is both for animals and people alike, and that people should be more open, or at the very least, be able to vent when they have to, and then feel better after. Okay, so yeah, as I said earlier, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. But the first thing I am going to do is probably look up who Solovei is in case he is like very important. Bye. And of course I see Verna after I stop recording, so I gotta add this to like the end of the video. But yeah, Verna actually says some pretty important stuff. Ever reliable traveler, about your punishment. Lama way more reasonable. So Lama does know about Isla and what happened back then. So sent the library to help don't have to go back to Nasha Town until sort herself out. Best reward. Could be that. But it was also probably Lama had to do something to appease the others, but also give her some time to think about what happened back then. Lucky charm, as usual. The traveler, and then about what happened before. Question, yes, about what Isla said. This is the important thing. Okay. Past few days, what she meant by serpent. Got all figured out apparently. Mr. Solovei is the Solovei noble from Snezhnaya up north. Original founder of the Lightkeepers. That name. Oh, that's why Solovei is so. It's that guy that we got his items from, and then we had to fight him in that area in the Arcady. I think that's him. His request, Lady Isla went north to the Pillar of Embla, put an end to the abyss. Knew why he had come since Isla could see the future, dispelled the darkness. She helped him out. And the other way too. Serpent is metaphor for the abyss. But the abyss is still going on, so they think they ended it, but it was just sealed away. So now the traveler has a sword to take care of it now. The Lovia, Hyperborea, I have her in that name. Makes it easier to explain. So, Frostmoon signs descendants of Hyperborea before Columbina. City's ancient rites. So, Moon Chanter before they were called Archpriests. Final Archpriest before she was, well, yeah, taken care of by Isla, and then reformed the faith into the Frostmoon Scions. So before born, Blessing of the Moonlight was dwindling away, losing power. So then Lovia committed great acts of blasphemy, which is why those rules were set in place. No marriage with outsiders, and then keeping the bloodline pure, I believe. Remove from record, collaborate with outsiders cause harm to many innocent people. So you did collaborate. Doesn't specify who. Before she was born, follower fell in love, also with Snezhnaya after eloping. Got taken care of, brutal stuff. They're both probably dead. And then after took over, abolished the rights, and then had the, well, maybe not like the current form, but the predecessor to current form of the Frostmoon Scions. Okay. That actually explains quite a bit. So that's why the Solovei name was actually quite familiar, because I didn't know it. Alright, told her about the sword, meant for a traveler, should feel free to use it. A little envious. Isla offered the first drop of silver blood to Columbina. A blessed sword. That one was definitely a lot less informative than the first one, but yeah. Solovei. Oh, hopefully I'm right about who he is. But I do believe it is that guy. The first Oath Keeper. Yeah. Okay, but I've already said my goodbyes, so I just want to show that off because I saw Verna right after I stopped. Okay. Since I'm here, I guess I'll grab the last achievement I got too, since I also forgot about that too. Yeah, reach maximum construction level at the Frostmoon Enclave, done. Now, hopefully that's everything. Bye. For real. Times 3. Hopefully.